the network for melanated people just like you. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Wanted to just briefly wish you a very happy new year. And as a talk show host, as someone who is an influencer, someone who certainly seeks to be a voice for the voiceless, my people, especially in this hour, and certainly a woman of the world and impacting and growing daily in power. I wanted to just briefly say to you that the new year and all of the events that lie ahead are not all predetermined. There are some spiritual, metaphysical, macro plans that the Most High, the Creator, the Divine Spirit has determined to do. And we are compelled to cooperate. But you being a divine being yourself, there is an element of creativity that you must get involved in. So when folks say such things as 2020 was so terrible, it was the worst year yet, let me tell you something, dear family. As a divine being who is also a co-creator, you can get involved in the recreation of your own reality. It's written in sacred texts, numerous sacred texts. One that's very familiar for some of you, where it discusses Genesis chapter 1, where it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Why am I saying that to you? I'm not reading that to you from a religious context. As I said, this is written in numerous and mentioned and referred to in numerous ancient sacred texts. The key to what I just read you, it says that in the beginning, God created. But the environment in which God created, the stuff that he created with, verse 2 says, now the earth was formless, empty, and darkness was over the face of the deep. I want you to remember, my dear family, that the opportunity to create is sometimes attended or accompanied by an environment where you only have formlessness, emptiness, and darkness. And from that stuff, it's written that the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. So the essence, the invisible God, that intelligent energy and matter was still present. Keep that in mind as you move forward throughout 2021, that we don't take our cues from the false prophet or propagandist that want us to parrot everything that they say by saying that this is the worst year yet. In the midst of emptiness, in the midst of voids, in the midst of darkness, you can create a new reality. It will not be easy. And not everybody is going to be there to be a cheerleader or to encourage you. And if they do not, you are still responsible for your own life. There's much that I could pontificate about, an insight that I could make regarding possible national and international events and happenings and things that I sense. But just know that we will still be in the middle of political volatility. But in the middle, dear family, of that political volatility, social volatility, economic volatility, medical volatility, and otherwise, Black family, I've told you this on a number of occasions, that if you didn't know anything about pregnancy, you would not think that a woman screaming and hollering and her body expanding, her having difficulty breathing, her saying her back hurts, her body being stretched, and all the other things that come with pregnancy. If you didn't know anything about pregnancy, you would think something was the matter. Here this woman is screaming, panting, dissatisfied. Soon blood will shed, other bodily fluids, but all of those things are signs that she's getting ready to give birth. And so the same is true for you. I don't want to give you and tell you and talk to you in a normal way today, except to say that my prayer for you is that the eyes of your understanding would be opened and enlightened, and that you would be more discerning, and that your divine first eye, third eye would be opened so that you can perceive the extraordinary opportunity about you. And that even with difficulty and chaos and darkness, just as the Creator created in the same environment, so you can too. It's going to require work on your end. It's going to require grit, labor, pain, but don't give up. Don't quit. Do not relent. And one more thing I want to say to you. It's also written that it says when you put bits in the mouths of horses to make them obey us, you can turn the whole animal. So in a horse, in that large beast, you find that they can put little small bits in the mouth of the horse in order for the horse to obey you and to turn the whole animal. Something so small in the mouth of a large horse can turn him whichever direction you desire. It also says, or take ships as an example, a big large ship. It says they are steered by a very small rudder wherever the pilot wants to go. Dear family, likewise, the thing that helps to guide your life is your tongue. It's your mouth. We all have difficult days. I'm very transparent about the fact that I've been dealing with a health journey, a medical disability that pertains to one of my major organs. And I've had so many manifestation miracles in so many other areas, and even in my health, but I'm still on this journey. I share that with you to let you know that it is important what comes out of your mouth. Because just like it says, a rudder guides a large ship, and just like bits in the mouth of a horse can turn the entire body of the horse, something so small is guiding the trajectory of your life. Be careful what you say on a regular basis. Be careful what you say on a consistent basis, because something so small in comparison to the entirety of the body is what's helping to guide your life. You are your own savior as a divine being. You are a co-creator. And notwithstanding what's happening socially, economically, politically, religiously, and otherwise, make up your mind to unleash and get to know your divine powers and put them to work. If nobody ever comes there to cheerlead you, if nobody else ever gives you a word of encouragement, it is your life. And it's up to you to ride it and to guide it and to stay firm until something happens. Don't give the middle finger to 2020. The wise know that even in difficulty, there's tremendous opportunity. The problem is you just don't know how to do it. So you curse what you cannot see, or what you don't understand, or what you don't know how to operate. The beautiful diamonds that you love now don't look like that initially. It comes from coal. So you curse 2020 while large businesses, corporations, and other people say, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. I'm going to take advantage of this pandemic. I'm going to take an opportunity to maximize my life and to increase. While everybody else is complaining, everybody else sees it one way, you are not able to see in a divine manner. So you curse what could have, you curse that which there's something that should have been a blessing for you. Rethink your power. Rethink what's going on around you. And at the end of the day, as a divine being, decide what you're going to do about it positively. "2020 for me, notwithstanding my medical journey, the smallest medical thing that happened to me, when some of the patches on my body started to dry up, I gave thanks. Every little thing matters. Every little thing is a sign that something that you're doing is working. But I had amazing breakthroughs all throughout 2020. While everybody else was talking about how terrible things are, I'm lying low and looking at the little things, tending to my seed, nurturing that seed. That's all I wanted to say to you. These are the kinds of things that I encourage you to do every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern at clubvicki.com. That's my weekly mastermind. I've created for you a 2021 angel calendar. They're going to be shipped out sometime this month. Get yours today at thevickicalendar.com. I wrote a specific angel thought for every month, along with a magical angelic scripture for every month to meditate on. These are the things that's going to help you. Everything you see came from stuff that you can't see. Some of you don't like these kinds of talks because you just want somebody to give you the key, the money, the answer, the code, and you want to run with it. There's a seeking, there's an internal work that you've got to do on your own, whether you want to do it or not. You've got to go within, and some of you have never gone within before. You've never been quieted within yourself. You've never had to get to know yourself or divine spirit, so you're uncomfortable with the circumstances and situation. But you better get to know it, or you will lose, because you're not going to be able to recognize divine opportunity even in the most chaotic, empty, and dark, in the darkest of situations. So my word to you is, yes, there are some macro plans that the Most High has set in place for this upcoming year. But you can still be blessed in it as a co-creator if you are careful with what you say and the things that you do. You've got to see things differently. Happy New Year. It's going to be a happy new year because of what you decide to do in it. Thank you, Phyllis, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Vicki, we thank you for God's light that shines as brightly through you. I'll continue to support the channel and you personally. Happy New Year. God bless you, Phyllis. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. I'm unapologetic about my approach. I told you I ain't no YouTuber. I use these social media outlets and the multiple platforms that I'm grateful that I'm on, where my show is re-aired and my content is played. I'm grateful. But my divine assignment for you is the way that I do stuff. I don't just give you the news. You can get that from anybody else. My goal is to give you the physical and the metaphysical, the natural and the spiritual. Why? Because as the divine original people, you are not like everybody else. You are more than what meets the eye. So I have to speak to you in more than one way. Again, I want to say a very, very special thank you to the V-Hive. The V-Hive is sort of the official name of some of my supporters. They've made this the Vicki Week. I couldn't have thought of something like that. You guys thought of that. My birthday is tomorrow. I'll be 42 years of age. And I'm going to be contemplative. I'm going to be meditative for these upcoming days. And I expect you to do the same for your own life. Listen to this short, brief word. Hear me by the Spirit. And get excited about what's to come, because you're going to help create it. As I said before, you are a co-creator. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to control every single thing, but you can work with it. Just like before we officially learned how to fly, the laws of gravity, the laws of flight, the laws of aerodynamics, all of those principles and laws existed then. And guess what? None of those things changed. Gravity didn't change the way it worked because somebody wanted to learn how to fly. The person that learned how to fly had to learn how to cooperate with the laws and the universal principles that already existed. And even though you had to deal with opposing and resisting forces, they figured it out and learned how to work even with the resistance to still take flight. That's what I'm trying to tell you in your life. There are some things that may seem unbendable and unmovable, but that you can still work with and cooperate with such things, and you can still soar. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I'm telling you it's no excuse. And I'm telling you, you may not know it all right now, but it's your job to figure it out. It's your job to endure. Again, thank you for all of you that have made this the absolutely most special birthday, I believe, of my existence yet. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki to find out what's been going on. Read through my Instagram stories so that you can find out what's what, because I won't say the specifics here. Be sure to continue to support the Vicki Show here on Fly Nubian Queen. Typically, I'm on Monday through Fridays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to go rest now. I'm going to go take care of my body, which is why I decided to come to you early with this very brief word about the new year. Stay tuned for more information and divine intelligence that by the grace of the Most High, I plan to share with you weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on FlyNewBigQueenTV.com. Thank you so very much for your extraordinary love and support of me and us and this network throughout 2020. We had some ups and downs. We had our own volatility. But those of you that still found value in what we were bringing, it mattered. And I say thank you. Your dear sister's voice managed to be elevated and expanded. And we made some people in some pretty high positions upset, as some of you all already know. But they were only aware of the so-called little voice of Vicki Dillard because of you. It's your support. It's you liking. It's you sharing. It's you watching me on this platform and others. It's you that help to support and fund the war chest financially and otherwise. That's why our unified work and actions together is what elevates the collective Black voice. And for that, I bow to you. And for that, I say thank you. I'm excited about what we're going to create together in 2021 to bring in a new world, a new reality. Think on these things, what I've just said. And I hope that you would join me throughout the week, weekdays, that is, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Meanwhile, follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. Support the 2021 Angels Unleashed calendar. They'll start to go out sometime this month. You can get yours today at thevickicalendar.com. That's thevickicalendar.com. My name is just Vicki, not Victoria. Just Vicki, V-I-C-K-I, thevickicalendar.com. Also, join my weekly mastermind class at clubvicky.com. It's up to you if you're going to sow to the Spirit, you reap of the Spirit. When you invest, that's when you get a return. Don't complain about the investment, which is minimal, because the rewards are so much more. When you sow economically, money is energy. That's the reason they call it currency. Currents have to continue to move. It has to flow in order for it to be effective. Thank you so very much. Thank you for all of your kind words. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold. Clubvicky.com. Join today. Get your pre-orders for the Angels Unleashed calendar at thevickicalendar.com. Again, my name is spelled V-I-C-K-I, thevickicalendar.com. And tune in weekdays to The Vicki Show right here live on FlyNewBigQueenTV.com, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And most importantly, love yourself, love your family, love your people. Don't give up. Don't give in. Create the way the Creator did in Genesis. In the beginning, God created, but He created how? In darkness, in emptiness, in chaos. And you can do the same. I love you.